This episode of Capes and Lunatics is brought to you by Tweaked Audio. Get awesome headphones, go to tweakedaudio.com and use the coupon code Southgate to get 30% off, free shipping, and a lifetime warranty. Or you can get there through the link on our website, southgatemediagroup.com.
This is Brian Edward Hill, and you're listening to the Capes and Lunatics podcast.
There's a thin line between heroism and madness.
Here the line fades to nothing at all.
This is a world of Capes and Lunatics.
And nothing is off limits.
Hello, everyone.
No, stop, Philip. Stop. What? You didn't get a Mark Waid drop.
No. Look at this. We're not even like 30 seconds in, and she's already yelling at me. I was about to.
Well,
I was all
maybe
happy.
You should stop screwing up so much.
Oh, maybe I would have had time if someone's kid hadn't been picked that exact moment to learn to play the guitar. See, I thought this was going to be a great week, people. It's been about a month. We've been doing movie reviews, and we had the whole big Ohio trip and everything. I thought a week back, just us shooting the breeze, but nope. Everyone's at everyone's throats, but you cannot stop me. Look, I'm wearing my Captain America shirt. I can do this all day. Capes and Lunatics. Oh, Charlie Esser, too.
Yeah.
Boo.
Meanwhile, Little's not on camera. She's not wearing nothing. Anyway, Capes and Lunatics, episode 103 starts right now. That's right. We're back. Can't get rid of us, no matter how much penicillin you take. I am Phil, and joining me, as always, that police officer's worst nightmare in Florida.
Hey, y'all. It's Little Hellfire, a.k.a. Florida Woman.
Woo!
Spit take, yes!
As you can tell by her toxicology report. And one of the only good things that come out of New Jersey.
Albert Einstein? No, it's me, Charlie, the Professor Esser. Albert Einstein, he talked
I said one of the only good things, so it could be, a real professor, Albert Einstein, and a fake professor, Charlie Esser.
I'm not a fake professor. I profess many
You
things.
didn't you say it was a fake honorific you gave yourself?
I said it's a meaningless honorific. That doesn't mean it's fake. There's a difference between meaningless and fake.
What university gave you that honorific?
Yeah, ask a podiatrist. Kidding. I love my podiatrist.
Oh, okay. Not to get into this whole conversation again, but a university can bestow a professorship, but a professor is just someone who professes. In the same way that an esquire is just someone who esques. It is not. There's not a university can call you a professor, but there is nothing stopping you from calling yourself a professor. As an example, Trump University had many professors. Was it a fake university? Yes. But were they real professors? Well, they professed something. So you can't really say they were fake professors. They were just meaningless professors. Now,
as most college degrees are.
All right, before we get too far down the rabbit hole, since I did screw up last week, we got a voicemail from Ray from Into the Night, the Moon Knight podcast about Avengers Endgame, which right now I just checked. It's the most tweeted about movie of all time. It's at $1.7856 billion. Right now, going into its second weekend, it's number 5 all time behind Infinity War, Star Wars: The Force Awakens, Titanic, and Avatar. Could it take down Titanic and Avatar already, please?
It's gonna.
At least Avatar. You leave Leo alone.
It's gonna take down Cleopatra. You watch.
I know, just for inflation, Cleopatra, most expensive movie of all time. I know.
And highest grossing movie of all time.
I thought that was Gone with the Wind when adjusted for inflation.
Well, Gone with the Wind made money. And so it had the highest profitability of any film ever made when adjusted for inflation. But Cleopatra actually made more money. They just spent more money to make it.
Word. All right. Well, here's the voicemail from Ray. It cuts out a little in the middle, so.
Hi, Phil, and hi, Charlie. This is Ray, with maybe a cameo by Finn. Anyway, just wanted to give my thoughts, full-on spoilers for Avengers Endgame. Man, I really enjoyed this film. It complemented Infinity War really well. It had such an emotional impact being the last film of I guess this phase and this chapter in the MCU. So everything had an emotional impact from the very start when Hawkeye's family disappeared to Spider-Man's reunion with Iron Man, and of course the fate of Tony Stark and Steve Rogers. Absolutely brilliant film. I absolutely loved it. The only kind of, I guess, critique I can think of is I was a little uncomfortable with the
Sort of cuts out a little bit, but it'll pick back up. Wonder if it was his son, who I believe is not quite one yet. So, think Ray's been going on no sleep for a while. I think it picks up here in a second.
Anyway, yes. So look forward to hearing your thoughts. And also, I love the comic book references as well. Secret Empire, A-Force, Sam, Falcon as Captain America. And there's another thing that eludes me, but there were 4 comic books. Oh, as Guardians of the Galaxy. Anyway, thanks. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Look forward to hearing from you. Cheers.
All right. Okay. So yes, that's Ray from Into the Night, the Moon Knight podcast. So
yeah, well.
Thanks for mentioning me, Ray.
Oh!
I know it's a Marvel movie. Everybody just assumed I wasn't going to show up. But I did show up. Not that I got to talk too much, but I did show up. And I did watch the movie.
He might have mentioned you in that big part that dropped out there. That, Phil,
the Illuminati cut out the part about Lilith. Oh, yeah, maybe.
There you go. Well,
probably. That sounds about right.
Just, Phil just doesn't...
No, in the beginning he says, "Hi, Phil and Charlie."
Oh, I see. Well, he was waiting to talk about all of Lilith's brilliance later. But anyway,
I know. Sometimes he calls me Phil, me, and Perich. I wonder if I think he might be a big Super Connectivity listener.
He watches Super Connectivity.
Super Connectivity is a very
popular show.
Okay,
very popular program.
I'm trying to think of a word other than popular to describe it, but I think we have a fan base. I think Tristan loves it. I know that.
He's on it every week.
All I'm going to say is Mark Waid I think Mark Waid enjoyed Tristan. Maybe I read the room wrong, but I think he just found that just a fascinating idea that Tristan was on the show.
No, yeah, no, I don't think he didn't enjoy it, but I'm just saying, don't tell me I didn't get a drop.
Yeah, I didn't say you didn't get a drop. Honestly, Mark Wade's a very professional guy. I mean, he's not gonna give you those. He's not gonna say that you should touch his butt. Mark Wade's not the guy who's gonna ask you to touch his butt. That's all I'm saying.
Oh Lord.
Scroll down.
Maybe
if you're out of the loop, scroll down.
maybe I'll email him and see if he'll help us do that.
Well, I don't know why you want him to say he wants you to touch his butt. I think that would make the entire relationship awkward.
It's not touch his butt, pervert. It's
look at my butt.
Well, yes,
pretty boy.
I am. I've got the stubble today. I almost regrew. regrew the whole beard
because I was working.
I was.
Nah, I'm good.
Home, like most of this week, so I hadn't shaved since like Thursday. Right. And I was saying, do I grow it out or do I shave it on Thursday morning? And I said, you know what? I'm too scruffy. Let me shave it.
When we reconvene next episode for our 2-year anniversary, are you going to have the Tony Stark?
Well, now I don't have nothing. I'll probably keep on shaving because, I am officially looking for a job.
He's a young professional.
Yeah, I got
been another month.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, I got another month. I was basically told, we'll reconvene in a month, and, if you find another job in that time, no one's gonna mind. So, it's one of those places. This is my personal life. This isn't comic books. No one wants to hear about this.
I know. All right,
rein it in, Philip.
I got some news articles here. I guess we should start with the big sad news of the week. We lost Peter Mayhew, Chewbacca.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought we were going to go with John Singleton, but it's cool, Phil. I see how it is.
If we're going to do dead celebrities, but...
Well, you know what? Here's what I'll say. John Singleton, very important, a great filmmaker, Peter Mayhew it's like, you know what? John Singleton's a man you knew as an adult. Peter Mayhew is a man you knew as a child. You know, and you probably feel something a little stronger for those people who touched you in that youthful way. Yeah, I hear it too.
Drop alert!
I hear it too, love.
This episode of Charlie has some pot of gold. It's gold, baby.
When you're touched as a child, it's much more important than when you're touched as an adult. But yes, Peter Mayhew's passing is sad. John Singleton's passing is also really sad.
It's even like it's been really prolonged, and his family just decided to take him off the life support and stuff after a stroke. It's kind of like, dang, first Luke Perry, now him. It's like, oh man, strokes are getting everybody.
And
I mean, at least Peter Mayhew was like 74. Wasn't John Singleton only like 51 or something?
Yeah, well,
in his early 50s.
You know, not for nothing. Hollywood living. You know, for what it's worth, Peter Mayhew didn't have Hollywood living. You know, he lived his life, and you know, he was on the periphery, but had his go-to jobs, and
especially, you know, nobody knew him for a bunch of years because he wore the costume. You know.
Well, I mean, people knew him, but yeah.
Yeah, but like the general public, I think the longest time was just, you know.
Okay, we're not going to talk about the biggest news. Like, we're getting a Willow TV show, and Ron Howard is doing all the business for it. Like, I'm so here for it.
Yeah, right.
I didn't think I was going to live to see it. I didn't.
Oh,
they kept promising the movie, and I'm like, yes, a TV show.
Wait a minute.
Yeah,
Did we find the thing that's going to get Lilith on Disney Plus?
No, it's called Flying the High Seven Seas, baby. Come on, be for real.
Okay, so
I am in Tampa. We are Buccaneers.
You know, we do. Okay, so let's just. I was actually looking for the death hoax story that I was trying to, because I couldn't remember the actual comic creator's name who had a death hoax about him. Which is just.
It did say that article this week. Yeah, someone got
Milestone Comics, one of the founders. Someone said he had died, and it was actually his Facebook account got hacked, and real nasty stuff there. Which is why I don't trust most death stories for at least 2 weeks.
2 weeks, wow.
We got to look at the source though too. If it's like a big reputable source.
But at the same time,
if it's a small website I've never heard of, I'm like, maybe.
But if hey, here's what I'm going to say: is David Walker, the great David Walker, tweeted about it. So you know, before he knew that, that he's actually alive and well. On the phone. Yeah, I mean that's the thing, and it's like. You know, people are just sick and sad. Everyone got taken in by it because his Facebook account got hacked. Which is why I always use both numbers, letters, and squiggly
symbols
in my in my passwords. So
that's right. You spell that. Yeah, that's right.
Just 2 E's in the middle for quality.
Spell that super connectivity with it. Spell that super connectivity with $sign. Oh, we need a new logo. Super connectivity with $sign.
And you gotta put zeros in there, and you know.
Yeah, all my passwords are in binary, so I get it.
100110001.
She is such a Borg.
Bite my shiny metal ass.
Yes,
she's such a Borg queen, you know.
Oh well, you know. Hey, if I would happily join that collective. Oh.
Persistence is futile.
Yeah, persistence is futile. Switch it up on you. Oh, anyway, it's sad that people are doing fake news stories like that, but it's great that
it's the internet. Death hoaxes are as old as the internet. Even before that, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this was a real level on it, and a lot of people got taken in, and it was just like, you know. It's sad, but anyway, John Singleton is not alive, but the founder of Milestone is alive, so that is good. More art to come, but no, and I will say that John Singleton's passing is a tragedy. one of the great directors of the 90s. He created, honestly, I think it's arguable he created an entire genre of cinema that, Spike Lee, I think, had much more of the popular acclaim, but I do think John Singleton gave a quality to the work that was, is the kind of thing that when you die young makes people talk about all the work you couldn't have done. So yeah, it's very sad. And Peter Mayhew passing as one of the classic characters of Star Wars. I mean, he is essentially the Stan Lee of Star Wars because he has been in every Star Wars film.
I didn't even break your...
Leave an F in the comments, please. Thank you.
Yeah.
Leave a what?
Oh my god, you guys are old. It's an F, press F, like, oh my god. It's a video.
Yeah, but,
listen, millennial.
It's actually kind of, but it's just kind of interesting because you realize this new Star Wars will be Peter Mayhew's last appearance. In the same way that Stan Lee's last appearance was in Endgame.
But at least Chewbacca can live on, though. Do you think?
But do you want him to? I mean, that's the thing. This is the last of the 9. This is Star Wars 9. This is, I don't know if they'll kill Chewbacca, but it is kind of this thing where it's like, well, do we need?
Is he going to retire to the old Wookiees home or something?
Well, he is an old Wookiee. Nothing. He can go celebrate Life Day in a peaceful universe. He can watch the sunrise in a grateful universe, unlike some Titans we know. Yes. The Thanos.
Hey guys.
Yes.
Do you realize May the 4th and Free Comic Book Day are the same day? Like, that's like nerd heaven.
Yes.
Yes, I am very excited about going to get my free comic books tomorrow. I got my comic books on Thursday so I could read at least a couple before we talk tonight. Although I was strongly debating, do I just wait until Friday, just wait until Saturday and pick up comics and just not talk about comics at all this week?
You're always debating with yourself. And everyone else. You're kind of our master debater.
Oh, it would be better if he was a fisherman, though. Then he would be a masturbator.
Oh, a masturbator, because I would be baiting the hooks.
Yeah.
I was trying to go subtle, Lilith.
Unless I'm
just pretend it's Wade's World. No subtlety around here, Philip.
That's what she said.
And, fly fishermen don't bait their hooks. They just let the hooks fly free.
See what you did.
I'm just saying, just being a fisherman doesn't mean you bait. Not every fisherman baits, Lilith.
Yeah, he's not over there baiting Lilith. All right. I'm going to jump around.
I do bait Lilith, as with my comic book.
All right. I was going to say this was kind of DC news, but this is Marvel and DC news. Lilith, did you hear Phoenix, Arizona has declared May 25th Denny O'Neil Day?
Yes.
Why?
Why?
Phoenix, Arizona needed some cachet, baby.
I guess is Denny O'Neil from Phoenix, Arizona?
I don't know.
Not that I'm aware of. I thought he was from the East Coast.
Well,
I don't know.
Is he maybe living there now? I don't know where he's at now.
Maybe.
Is he retired there? Is that what you're saying?
Don't get me wrong. I love Denny O'Neil. He was the editor of G.I. Joe, Greatest American Hero, along with Larry Hama. Denny O'Neil is as much a part of my childhood as Larry Hama is.
And I think he wrote those Iron Man issues where where Tony Stark went, just fell off the wagon, and I think that was the first time Rhodey put on the Iron Man armor. Yeah, I think he wrote those issues, and of course he did all years and years and years on Batman. And
oh yeah, he is a classic of the comics industry. I guess if I were to make a statement on it, it's why Phoenix, Arizona? But if he lives there, I guess that makes sense. But hey, great that Denny O'Neil gets a day.
Yeah,
I don't have a day, but Denny O'Neil gets a day. Sure, why not?
I would love to talk to him, but I don't know. I don't think he has a presence on social media.
Yeah, well, not everyone does. It's like the guy who does. It's like the guy who does Calvin and Hobbes. He does stuff, but you actually have to know him to get him to do stuff.
Mm-hmm. All right, here's some Charlie. I know you saw this. The announcement we got. Hulu's coming out with live action Marvel shows, Ghost Rider and Hellstrom.
You want to talk about this?
Is it like a combo, like Falcon and Bucky, or two separate shows?
No, two separate.
I'm sorry.
Oh, do you want to say?
Because it's like Scarlet Witch and Vision.
You mispronounced the name of that show.
What was that?
Oh, Captain America and Bucky.
Dang, Skippy!
But the TV show is. I mean,
they might have.
In the artwork, it's Falcon, isn't it?
Yeah, well, they might have. Well, I think that could have been a non-spoilery title. They might change that.
I was just gonna say because that's what when the article came out, that's what it said.
Because they announced that, but I think that they made that announcement before Endgame came out, so that probably was.
Yeah, I'm just saying it's Captain America and Bucky. Thank you for playing.
Oh, I forgot. Do you want to save this for Super Connectivity tomorrow? The Hulu stuff.
Oh no! Philip, I got so much stuff to talk about.
Oh yeah, we still got to talk this season finale of the Orville.
And let's not forget
Cloak and
Ample
Dagger.
as Guardian Thor.
Yes, and Cloak and Dagger.
Oh, I mean, Cloak and Dagger is good too.
All right, but did you see?
Not that you've been tweeting it.
No, hey, apparently I'm doing stuff on Thursdays now. Everyone always needs me to do something.
Hey, did you see the Ghost Rider? It's the same guy that Gabriel Luna from Agents of Shield, but I think they said it's not gonna be the same. He's not gonna be playing the same guy from Shield, but it's the same actor.
No, well, it's fists are up. So.
Multiverse, deal with it.
No, not multiverse. This is what Inhumans did, and that just tells me, that'll be awful. That'll be so awful. So obviously this is going to be a bad show that we should never watch because it's Inhumans all over again because they don't want to acknowledge their roots. And you break the root, you cut the root. No show has ever been praised for its breaking from its history. There are shows that break from their history that are loved, like the Incredible Hulk from the 1970s and 80s.
Have we tried killing them yet?
Have we tried killing them yet? Have we tried killing this awful, awful show that must die tomorrow and should never be spoken of again because it is Inhumans 2 Electric Boogaloo?
What, you think the Ghost Rider one's is?
Yeah. If they're walking in and saying, hey, this isn't related to the continuity of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., it's like, well, then to heck with you then. I don't want to watch your show.
I just wonder
I don't want to watch that show. I don't want to watch a show that is based off of the MCU that is saying, well, we don't need to be part of the MCU.
I just wonder if it's going to be the same, technically the same character, but they're not going to mention any Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. And didn't he go through a portal at the end? They're not going to mention how he got back or whatever. They're just going to.
That's fine. That's a mystery.
I just wonder if that's what they mean by it's not going to be the same. They're like, we're not going to mention any S.H.I.E.L.D. stuff.
What I'm saying is, they went out of their way to distance themselves. Mm-hmm. And to me, you don't honor your family. You ain't family. You don't honor your family, you ain't family. It's just that simple. You got where you is because of your family, and even if you don't like your family, they're still your family. And you can say, hey, that's my family, and I got my own things I'm doing now. That's fine. But to say, I don't know my family, you deny them, you ain't got no family. That's all I'm saying.
You're basic.
Exactly. They are basic. So I'm mad about that, and I'm even madder at themarysue.com for not knowing that Damien Hellstrom's name is Damien Hellstrom, not Hellstorm. Because they actually made a comment when they were reviewing this, and they were saying, oh, yeah, but for whatever reason, they're switching his name from Hellstrom to Hellstrom. It's like, just read the freaking Wikipedia entry, lady. I'm not sitting here trying to be, they got great redditors at themarysue.com. I am a top fan. I love themarysue.com. But it's like, how did an editor not catch that and take that young lady to the side and say, actually, his name is Hellstrom. Hellstorm is his superhero name. Yes, I know it's stupid that his superhero name and actual name is one letter flip, but Clark Kent wears glasses. Okay, so this is... Please, let's just edit that. You need a good editor on these.
That they can use straps up for the show, so.
Where's Stan Lee when you... Okay.
All right, it got you fired up on the Marvel stuff. Lilith.
Yeah, you did.
All right, let's flip the script. Lilith, did you see the casting they did for Suicide Squad 2? Uh-oh. The Florida internet swallowed her up.
No, it didn't.
Read DC books anymore.
Right.
Yeah, okay, there we go. Yeah. She has nothing to say. She doesn't read DC
Yes.
books.
Was that the anger building? I mean...
No, what did they do? I don't care.
Well, we got a Portuguese actor playing a female version of Ratcatcher.
I knew that one. All
right, and then that David Dastmalchian from Ant-Man and Dark Knight is playing Polka Dot Man.
Oh, poor thing. He's a better agent.
We're doing Polka Dot Man?
Can I get Calendar Man or what? Like, are we saving that for Batwoman?
I mean, when you're like, the character's bottom of the barrel when you're saying, I'd rather have Calendar Man or Kite Man or something.
Well, just out of curiosity, Philip, why do you gotta say that the actress is Portuguese? What does that have to do with the conversation?
I don't know.
I mean, was the actual character not Portuguese?
It was mentioned in the article, because I even have her name, Daniela Melchior. I'm just saying, I've never heard of her. That's all.
Okay. Most people never heard of Gal Gadot unless you were a Fast and Furious fan. So we'll just ride it out.
I just took notes, Charlie Esther. I was like, and when you were like, I've never heard of her. Where is she from? And I'll be like, well,
just in case we have Brazilian fans and they want to write into us, or Portuguese people in Portugal.
Yes, please.
We know her. She's the best.
Yeah, I mean, I assume if she's...
Hey, I'm working at international connections here, Charlie. I had one voicemail from Australia this week. Maybe I'm trying to hit the South American continent, okay? We're trying to go Capes Global.
I know, I'm just saying. It's just, I don't know what... If she's Portuguese... Here's my thing. When you said Portuguese, it sounded like a negative. And I was like, why is that a negative?
No, my problem was like with the gender swapped villain. I don't care where she's from.
Oh, okay. Well, that's nothing new. You know.
I know. Okay, and then we got.
Look at Doc Ock from Into the Spider-Verse.
Okay.
It can work.
I know. And,
all right. Yeah, and it's not like I knew what gender Ratcatcher was at the start of this episode.
I know, but he's...
I don't know what gender Polka Dot Man is.
I'll make it even. And then did you see this white guy we got playing Polka Dot Man? Come on.
Okay.
Spice it up.
Is Polka Dot Man not white? I don't know. He's polka dot, I assume. But
here, I called out both people's races, because I hate those. I hate those white people.
Philip, it's not about hate or love. It's like, why is that an issue that she's Portuguese?
I thought I was gonna someone was gonna ask me the name, and I knew what at least one of you was gonna you was gonna say I've never heard of this lady before.
Who is gonna ask you the name of this crew? Because you think either of us know her name?
If I hadn't written it down, I knew one of you was going to ask me who it was, and I'd be like, oh, now I was going to have to look at my phone, and then you would say, oh, they're so professional, you don't even have the name written down. You're not prepared.
You've thought about this way too much. Charlie and I don't care. We don't care. We just show up, we say big words, and we look pretty. Come on. That's what we do.
I just show up and look pretty and spout big words, and then I'm done.
And then this disturbing trend you both have these days of calling out your own drops. I mean...
Yes, well,
You have your thing, we have ours.
Does anyone tell the guy how to run the orchestra? No.
The conductor, fellas.
The conductor. You have me flustered, okay? I can't think the big...
Flustered or nauseous?
Here's my drop. I can't think the things while you're having me all flustered.
Yes. Anyway, so Suicide. Who's doing Suicide Squad now? It's not Tim Gunn, not Tim Gunn. It's not
James Gunn. It is James Gunn.
I would pay $1 billion to see Tim Gunn direct the Suicide Squad. Because I would give me all the money.
Polka Dot Man would be a lot more interesting, maybe. But yeah, no, when Disney asked him back for Guardians 3, he said, "Well, I'm doing Suicide Squad 2 first, then I'll be back." No, okay.
Yeah. Well, exactly.
And I saw people like online saying, "Oh, that's what a classy thing to do." He's not just dropping Disney, and it's like classy. He wants to get paid twice.
Well, exactly. And not for nothing, Philip.
I know, Charlie. This was not my thought. This is what I read on the intro.
I know. Well, this is the truth of it.
Oh my God!
And you're gonna know it.
Why can't Lance come back?
I'm just saying, they never stopped production on Guardians 3.
They mean Lance, you're my.
It was never stopped. It was continuous. The whole thing is they needed a way to confuse the issue and not have people wondering why Chris Hemsworth in a fat suit kept on showing up at set. That's it. They had to say, we need a distraction.
Do you think Do you think they'll continue the trend of the fat suit, or are they going to like jump ahead 6 months? He's going to be like, they'll show him doing like one pull up, and they'll be like,
No. They may not have him in a fat suit, but he will definitely be in baggy clothes the whole time. Guardians 3, as he will still be an ample Asgardian. You watch, because that's an important aspect of the entire arc when we talk about the ample Asgardian. Is this how they kept Hemsworth? They're like, okay, you don't want to be in the gym every day? Okay, we'll give you Fat Thor. Okay. Well, no, he's still got to be in the gym every day because he's got other movies he's doing. He's still in these Men in Black things. But to say, fine, be chubby, that's fine. No one cares. Literally, they're going to say no one cares because no one really does care. And this is emphasized by, there's all this talk right now about, they're fat-shaming Thor throughout the whole film. They're not. They're slovenly shaming Thor because he is being a slob. But at the end of the movie, when he is just as ready as he was at the start, everyone reacts to Thor just as they did when he was hunky, especially Star-Lord, who is still freakishly intimidated by him and so afraid of this guy who is just clearly so much better than him. And it has nothing to do with the fact that he's skinny or fat, or muscular or fat. It's like, you're just Thor, and you're still the freaking god of thunder.
He's not just a dude, you're a dude. He's an angel.
Yes. Oh, man!
I need some muscle and some...
Oh, gosh! Philip!
Charles!
You realize that connection you just made, pointing out that the dude, the Lebowski, it's all connected, man! You don't think they're, like, planning these things, like, 10 movies ahead?
It's super connected!
Like, everyone's saying, we don't know what we're going to do in Phase 4 yet, as we go into Homecoming, where Peter's now 21.
Feige had ample Asgardian written in a black book in 2014. What are you talking about?
Dang Skippy, he did. Dang Skippy. Well, they've always had an ample Asgardian, and of course, Volstagg. And they killed Volstagg. But his spirit lives in our new Thor, and who knows? It's different for gods. Maybe he'll come back.
Yes. All right.
Loki's coming back.
Oh yeah, because we're gonna get an alternate timeline, Loki, because he stole that space stone. Remember?
Yeah, alternate timeline.
Well, that's what happened at the end of the first movie.
I know, but what's to say that Loki doesn't go and like, hey, let me help out other Lokis. A League of Lokis.
Oh Lord, we get Kid Loki.
We're gonna get Kid Loki. We're gonna get Old Guy Loki. We're gonna get all the Lokis.
Hollywood. I want Tristan Esser as Kid Loki.
Tristan Esser would be a fantastic Kid Loki. But anyway, Lilith, do you want to have a conversation, or for me and Philip as well? No, I sometimes I feel like we talk over her, and I think
we talk over her.
I worry that
we showed it. We
polite. I worry she's waiting for a moment to get a word in edgewise, and I don't want to be.
And I just love your Lilith. Are we talking over you, Lilith? Are you there, Lilith? Are we talking over you?
Leave Charlie alone. He's trying to be polite, Philip.
I'm trying. I'm not good at it, but I'm trying.
Any more news you want to talk about before we get into comics?
No, I was about to say, do we want to get to comics?
Yeah, let's do that.
All right, let's get to comics.
Phil's Comics Corner.
Okay, can I just do a quick shout out here?
No.
Dick Tracy forever. Okay? This is honestly a book I was not expecting to like except as a novelty. It's intense. It's wonderful. It is. Lilith, I think you're going to like this story. I highly recommend picking up Dick Tracy Forever, #1 by IDW. I've already pulled #2. And it's like, what if Harvey Bullock was like Batman? I love it, and it's exciting, and it's everything that...
Is it true to the old Dick Tracy comics? Okay.
It very much
very pulpy. Okay,
very
cool.
pulpy. It's set in the 1930s. Our main villain is the Brow, but we do have classic. We have Flat Top in it, and it very much feels like a book that might have come out in the 1930s, but at the same time with like future knowledge. So like when they're talking about they're pairing with some German schmucks. Are they bootleggers? I don't know. But you know,
Charlie Esser would like. Let me just put it to you.
Yeah. So I am very much enjoying this. It's done in the classic Dick Tracy art style, you know. And this is weirdly one of my favorite books. And this was from last week, but I didn't get to read it until this week. But it was great. We also apparently 2 items. The Elvira that I was reading, which was Elvira Mistress of the Dark and Shape of Elvira, are still both ongoing. Both are still very good. But in Elvira Mistress of the Dark, we're going through the Circles of Hell, currently doing Dante, and Shape of Elvira is, of course, Shape of Water with the Gill Man. It's Elvira. How can you not love her? Yeah. Does anyone else want to talk about a comic, or do you want to just let me go through all of my nutty books right now?
Well, I was going to say, since...
yeah, that's what we were doing.
Okay, well, let's talk. Let's take a moment to talk about Archie.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Lilith, did you read Jughead the Hunger versus Vampironica?
But you have to understand it's a #1.
Okay, well, first off, okay, I'll give you it's a #1, but then why isn't it Vampironica versus Jughead the Hunger?
Well, okay, so Jughead has been a longer ongoing. Vampironica has just gotten established, so the readers of Jughead might not be familiar with Vampironica just yet. That's the way that I took it. They assume.
Okay, but if you're a Jughead fan and you picked up this book, would you be sitting there saying, "Oh, let's see where this Vampironica goes"? Or
but if you know anything about the Versus books in the Archie universe, you would expect that.
Oh, okay.
Like with Archie versus Predator and all those other things, all the setups are kind of similar.
Yeah.
So.
And I'm being hard on this book. I did like it. I see why you said I would really enjoy Vampironica. I am enjoying this book, but we do have Jughead in it, but he is not the Hunger Jughead. He's just, I want to eat the whole cake by myself Jughead, which I think kind of makes him seem like kind of a jerk, honestly. Did not like Pops getting, spoilers, getting et by the vampires. Now, I don't know what the rules are of vampires in this universe. I don't know if Pops is now a vampire or he's just dead, but, you know, but then we've got this very interesting Back to the Futuring of the vampire, which I thought was a neat take on it. And what's weird is that our protagonist, Vampironica, gets back to the future at the end of it. So, it's interesting. I like that the lodges are actually part of a secret society of vampires that control Riverdale, because of course they are.
Especially if you watch, I feel like they did this for the TV fans because Riverdale, the TV show, is as wacky as all the alternate universe Archies. Like it's just one big long advertisement for the wacky universes of Archie.
Yeah, I mean, I'm enjoying it. Oh, there it is. Elvira Mistress of the Dark.
Whoa, that looks like a quantum sparkly tentacle?
Oh, wow, it's actually a melty, snaky, purple thing. I don't know.
Quantum tentacles?
Are monsters real? That's the question. But it's very cool. She meets her old pal, Edgar Allan Poe, who's also in hell.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, if you like the Elvira Mistress of the Dark series, which ended, and again, like I said, I don't know what the delay was, because it seemed like there was a big space between the last issue when Faustus and Mephistopheles took her out and this episode. But it was worth the wait, you know. We get Ferryman, he's a great character. And Vlad Tepes comes back and, you know, gets basically warped by the demons of hell, and it's fun. Hooray! Getting warped by the demons of hell.
All right, since Charlie Esser picked this up, I'm sure Lil picked this up. Should we talk DC Year of the Villain?
How did you not pick that up? How did you know?
What?
Because it was 25 cents.
It was free at my store.
Oh yeah, mine too. Yeah.
It'll probably be free tomorrow.
I was like, keep your damn quarter.
Yeah, the guy said, "Oh no, I'm going to wait for him." Like,
The only reason you won't see him in the back room in 2 weeks.
I don't like the design of the main villain.
Who?
You know, this character. She looks like she's out of Roger Rabbit. I'm sorry. She looks like Judge Film. You know, the big spiral eyes. It's a little weird.
She created the multiverse, right?
Yeah, that's what they're saying. You know, I guess it's.
There's a lot of storylines coming together here, like the one from Justice League. There's a little bit of Batman coming in here. Of course, we have to have Batman who laughs in here because that's a thing right now.
Well, and a cameo, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, you even got like evil Batman, the Bat Punisher. You know, yeah. It's
because this thing's basically touching everything, and we're getting a new Batman Superman book.
Yeah, and continuity in this is kind of weird.
Well, it's like there's stuff going on in Justice League, and then they're spinning out the new Bendis Leviathan event.
Bendis. But no, I mean, this is what's weird, is that you have Batman in the Batcave talking to Damian, and then you have him in the, like,
with the Justice League.
Yeah. Here's the problem with this. They make a comment that, oh, it's too far to get a message to Earth. But you're clearly quantum superpositioning commenting with Batman right now. It doesn't make sense.
Well, I mean, it's a different chapter, so I'm assuming there's a time jump there. And again, like with modern comics, nobody takes the time to set up a continuity, you know. In the Bat books, he's on Earth. In Justice League, they're way out there.
I think that you need to set up a continuity, Philip. I
Tell
think
her
that
DC and
Marvel has continuity. Just because they sometimes tell books out of order, they don't have one book that doesn't have its own continuity stream. You can't have one single book.
This is multiple. This is Justice League. This is a bunch. Basically, this thing's going through every.
Yes, but it's one book.
I know.
That's going through multiple continuities. Like, essentially, you know, you can say, well, you know, the Galactus that we're seeing in Doctor Strange is actually the Galactus after the events in Fantastic Four.
I'm sure there's a timeline. It's just each chapter is written by a different writer, so I think that's the biggest problem. There's probably no communication there.
Why? They work for the same company.
DC.
They have telephones for that.
Charlie, DC. Get an editor in there.
Well, you need a Stan Lee. That's the thing.
Lilith.
DC needs a Stan Lee.
Lilith Hellfire, your thoughts?
She's keeping her thoughts to herself. I don't know. I mean, I liked it. It was very exciting. Very entertaining. I like that. I like that. I'm sorry, what? Yeah,
you like Lex. Yeah.
Lex was fantastic. You didn't like Lex?
I didn't like any of the book. Like, what you guys should have been reading was DCeased. Did anybody pick that up?
Yes, I did.
That's the more interesting story because it's out of continuity where anything can happen.
Yeah, because it's like a zombie thing kind
of. Yeah. And I know zombies are like done to death. Thank you, Walking Dead.
I know it's DCeased, but I looked at that title and I want to say DCeased.
Yeah. Diseased.
I didn't even realize that it's with the C and the E.
DCeased the money out of your wallet.
Yeah, well, yeah. You see, I don't even like the Marvel Zombie books. Now, if they did DC Apes, I'd be all over that.
Well, it's basically like the anti-life equation runs amok.
Yeah.
It's a techno virus, Philip. You know what that means? Cable showing up, amalgam time.
Yeah. Oh, hey!
Hashtag Waits World.
No, and then they take out Nightwing right in the first issue.
That's why Philip's upset.
Well, I can imagine why. Nightwing is cool. Oh, by the way, did we even mention that they mentioned the Nightwing project on like the penultimate episode of Gotham?
Did they? Wait, what?
Oh yeah. That's what the thing that calls all the bats was. It was called the Nightwing project.
Oh, okay.
And I was probably too drunk at the time to mention it, but I remember that. Oh wow, Phil's gonna.
As were we all.
I thought Phil would have brought it up, but I realized, hey, you know what? No one even mentioned that. Like, they give a Nightwing shout out.
I must
in the middle of Gotham. Yeah, clearly, someone who says he is a teetotaler just isn't paying attention.
Luca was probably playing his guitar. It's fine.
Yes.
Who that was a shot? Oh, but starting tomorrow, they're bringing back those 4 original Batman movies to the 80s and 90s movies, because story.
I was gonna say, I don't see the Adam West movie in there. Damn it.
No, it's the Keaton and the Schumacher ones. Yeah.
I mean, I get Batman '89, but the rest of them.
It's weird. Like, I looked at the one local theater that has it around here. There's like one showing of the Batman '89 tomorrow. It's like a 1 in the afternoon. That's it.
Yeah. Well.
And then
I mean,
I think
the other ones are more. Well, the Schumachers are more kid friendly. I can understand them wanting to.
Maybe, but I mean, Batman Returns is, I think, Monday. Yeah, and I think there was at least 2 showings of that on Monday. Or maybe they're trying to get theater space because Endgame.
Yeah, not for nothing. Yeah. It's
and don't forget Detective Pikachu.
That guy sounds just like Deadpool.
Yes, he does. Yeah, I do feel a little bad for Detective Pikachu, although I think it'll do okay.
Mm-hmm. I think they do great overseas, especially Japan. Like, no, yeah.
Dude,
that's a huge thing over there.
Oh, really? You think that Pokemon's big in Japan, eh, love? Here's what I'll say is, like, I'm sure it'll make its money back, but I know that every single producer on Detective Pikachu is in there like, oh,
absolutely,
that was the week. Okay. Yeah, because, Detective Pikachu will be a strong number 2. I'll give you that right now. It's going to be a strong number 2 at the box office. And it's going to be a triumph, honestly. You got Ryan Reynolds, you got Pikachu. I really want to see Detective Pikachu. I think Tristan wants to see Detective Pikachu. But the fact of the matter is, if I was going to go to a movie tomorrow, which I probably won't get the time to do, I would probably see Endgame again.
God, you Marvel nerds! Like, I can't with you guys. Like, I don't understand rewatching movies unless you're doing live commentary. That's the only acceptable reason to rewatch a movie.
Oh, when that comes out on Blu-ray, we might have to do live commentary on that.
I generally agree, except when it's a good movie. Except when it's Back to the Future level good.
Back to the Future is...
Bill and Ted's my future movie go-to, but, whatever.
Well, here's what I'll say. For me, Back to the Future was the first film I ever saw multiple times in the theater because it was so good and it had so many different Easter eggs.
In the theater, what a schmuck! I'm kidding.
Okay, well, this was the 80s. All we had was theaters. That's where you used to watch movies. I know you weren't born at that time. I know you weren't born yet, but during that time,
that was like a year before Lilith was born. Wasn't it?
I think so. Yeah, probably.
Yeah,
she's some crazy millennial lived in a life where everything is it's on the Wi-Fi. That's where it is.
I never.
It's on the dial-up. I lived through dial-up for like 2 minutes before cable fixed that.
But my point is that for me, Back to the Future was that first film that I said, "Wow, that's a great film." I remember I had a friend. He's a teacher, and he was actually. And he was like shocked by how many people younger than him just had Back to the Future as this pivotal film in their filmography of like, this is the great sci-fi story of a generation, and it certainly was. It is the sci-fi story of the Reagan generation without being Reaganistic, which is what's impressive about it. Is that it captured the hope and optimism of the future without, while at the same time saying Reagan's kind of an idiot. So that's the good thing about it. But yeah, Back to the Future is one of the great films. It was the first film I saw more than once at the theater, and I think Endgame will be like the second or third that I've done that with.
Miss Hellfire, did you read Young Justice?
I did.
What did you think?
Are they losing the plot so quickly already? Like, I'm so confused about their motivations right now.
Why? Because it was like a lot of this issue was like a flashback. Tim had all these repressed memories of like the original team.
I know. I'm just like,
I think Bendis is like, well, you know how Bendis writes. I mean, I think he has a good idea, like trying to tie all the crises, and everything together, like all the continuity.
But is he the man to really do that in a Young Justice book, no less? Like, not for nothing. Is this the book we should be trying to do that with?
Well,
but it's Bendis. It's going to be at least 12 issues before we get any traction on this.
Answers, plot.
Clearly what they're doing is they're doing a Franklin Richards Put That Universe Back Where You Found It kind of story, where they want to destroy everything that is active DC continuity because there are stakes.
Because Doomsday's taking too long.
Because there are stakes and everything was destroyed, but then some MacGuffin character is going to put everything back where it once was.
Dr. Manhattan.
And we'll have a new... No, not Dr. Manhattan.
It's Jarrell.
No.
Dr. Oz.
It's going to be Ambush Bug, Daniel. Okay? Or Joni DC. It's going to be Joni DC.
You mean Harley Quinn. Okay.
Captain Adam.
Clearly he doesn't read DC books.
No. Well, I read DC.
It's going to be Harley Quinn. That's our Mary Sue.
Well, Joni DC was the continuity count. So she actually would be in a perfect position. Joni and Harvey Bullock teaming up to bring DC back into order. But the idea is they're going to destroy the DC universe, and then they're going to say, and now we put it right back at this point in time, because obviously this was the best point in time.
Well, no, they're going to bring in the elements everyone likes, and ignore what they don't.
Yeah, I think you can't take shortcuts. It's either an all or nothing thing for DC at this point. So,
well, I think they're trying to fold everything in. But...
Yeah, I don't think they're going to do a full. Hey, look who just fell to Earth! It's some child named Kal-El. I don't think they're going to do. Kal-El arrives in Metropolis story. I don't think that's going to be. I mean, maybe I'm wrong, and they often am. So maybe they are going to take it to a Kal-El arrives in Metropolis. Shooting of Bruce Wayne's parents. Retelling the origins once again. But I think that it behooves them more to just restart the universe and say, we're restarting all the continuity that has ever been exists, but we're gonna sort of play it by ear.
I mean, that's what they've been doing with Rebirth.
Well, yeah, but what they're gonna do is they're gonna put a Franklin Richards in there to explain it away. So, well, remember that was in the old universe when Franklin Richards put the universe back. Maybe he left some stuff out of place.
But yeah, because I mean, it's just like they keep mentioning on Gem World all the different crises, and I think you could tell where Bendis is going. But of course, it's Bendis, so we're going to spend a year on it.
It's going to be forever. Yeah.
And this issue, we got a flashbacks that Tana, Tim had all these repressed memories of the original Young Justice team, and
not for nothing, Lilith, he gets paid by the book, so it's not like he got to cash out.
Well, if everybody stops reading it, where's he going to get his money from? Well, how are they going to get their money back? That's all I'm saying. Speed this up.
I was going to say, let's get paid by the word.
God. I mean, with his dialogue, his clunky dialogue, he'd be a trillionaire.
Or get paid by the panel, because how many times do you get people just looking at each other?
Okay, well, not for nothing, that all gives you more books. That's the idea, is that,
writing for the
well, no, he's writing for himself because he gets paid by the book. if he doesn't write enough, if he, the only way he can stay employed is to keep on writing more books. The only way you can keep on writing more books is to stretch your story out, There's a lot.
If you stretch your story too thin, people lose interest too, though. So it's a double-edged sword.
But DC's already invested.
But Lil, did you like what he did with Stephanie Brown?
I'm glad that he remembered a little. I guess I could say.
At least give us a reason why she's not in the present story.
Yeah.
Wait, what book
I was like, oh, you remembered to mention her.
Are we still on Year of the Villains? Or we're on a new book.
No, Young Justice.
Oh, Young Justice. Okay. I forgot what book we were on.
I
only got the one DC book.
Hurry it along so we can talk Marvel to keep Charlie's interest.
Hey, I started off by talking about IDW
we're
and Archie.
Tomorrow, so I mean, he could talk all the more he wants.
I want to talk this book.
War of the what, tomorrow?
Whenever you want to talk about it, man. I'm ready. This is... One panel, one page.
Oh, did you read that Catwoman? Did you read the Catwoman book?
No, was that out was that out this week? I didn't see it.
I got it, so I'm assuming it was. I got a physical copy, so I'm assuming.
Oh, okay. Is it good?
Yeah, Under the Moon, a Catwoman tale #1. It was written by Lauren Miracle with art by Isaac Goodhart. So yeah. The artwork is really good, but it does have a lot of adult language and abusive behavior, just so you know. And some animal cruelty, just for good measure. So be aware of that.
I thought it was a teen book.
Teen Plus, I think. Yeah.
I was gonna say, if it's good, I'm thinking I'm gonna run into the store, for free comp. Maybe I'll pick that up.
Yeah, it's. I like this better than that other Catwoman book that's out. So there's that.
What, the monthly?
Yeah, I do not enjoy the way Catwoman is written at this. Yeah, the Ventilator. That's what her new name should be.
The Ventilator.
The new costume, it's cut out like in the armpits.
For somebody's weird armpit fetish.
They're like doing the what's her name?
It almost looks
like Catwoman.
It almost looks like Michelle Pfeiffer. I mean, it's like a black costume like that, but the armpits are cut out for some reason.
So it's not like just the seams have burst.
No. I mean, I don't think there's even seams on. Well, you can't see any seams, but no.
I like the Michelle Pfeiffer Catwoman costume.
Everybody likes the Michelle Pfeiffer Catwoman suit. It's a very, very popular costume, Charlie.
Yeah, I mean, I'm aware of that. I'm just saying, I like the way that they use it in the film, where they show that it's sewn together, but it's held together, but it's also coming apart, much like the character of Catwoman. And so,
yes.
She keeps it together, but you can tell just below the surface she's falling apart, much like the Batman with nipples.
And the codpiece.
Nipple Batman with. Yeah, well, you gotta protect what you got, Lilith. You gotta protect what you got.
You don't want to end up like Gary from Legends. You're absolutely right.
My nipple. All right, we're at the hour mark, so are we gonna cut this or?
It's up to you, Phil. You're in charge.
Little Hellfire was the one cracking the whip on me before by keeping it to an hour.
It's Friday night. It's fine. Let's go. Let's talk Marvel just a little bit.
People. Okay. Oh, well, I got only one thing to say about Marvel right now, which is War of the Realms. I've already lost the book. There you go. War of the Realms.
Number 3.
Number 3, last page.
Last page.
Who are the last defenders? Okay, not the last page, because they do a whole
the math
useless orbit there. Who are the last defenders of New York, Philip? Who are the last defenders?
The Defenders?
Oh, that's sad. God help us all.
Oh, the Fantastic Four?
There are heroes. Thank you, Philip.
That's nowhere near the last page, but okay.
Yeah.
No, it's the last important page. After that, it's just filler to set up the next couple of books. Really, actually, all they do in the next is they say, "Oh, actually, now we need to maintain the Black Bifrost because the regular Bifrost got all destroyed." Apparently, if you give Daredevil omniscience, it messes with his brain because he's a freaking mortal.
Was it omniscience, or is it just like they cranked those super senses up to Heimdall level?
Yeah, well, you know what it is, I mean, and not for nothing,
The God without fear.
Heimdall actually has omniscience. It's not, like, tied to his eyes. That Heimdall is blind really shouldn't affect his ability to hear things. I thought that what they were going to do there is they're going to have Daredevil sort of explain to Heimdall how you see with your ears, but they decided not to do that. So, but just this, the Fantastic Four is the last Defenders of Manhattan, the first Defenders of Manhattan, also the last, the ones that are showing these upstart Asgardians, that this Earth that Midgard births heroes to, is amazing. And again, I gotta say, the face turn of the trolls is coming. They're still playing the trolls as evil, and the trolls are evil. Don't ever think they're not. But the fact that they're the one people without lands in the 9 realms is why they're going to turn on Malekith. And all it's going to take is someone to say, well, why are you trolls fighting for the scraps? Why don't you demand equality among Malekith or something like that? And they're going to have the same way that they have Skrull refugees and Kree refugees and all the many, many refugees of any intergalactic war in the universe settling on Earth. The trolls are going to settle on Earth and say, you know what, we're just tired of all the fighting.
Don't be the troll.
Yep.
I love that book from Marvel this week, War of the Realms. I mean, Savage Avengers is great, but we'll talk about that tomorrow. Hotshots.
Hotshots! Number 3, yes. I thought that was
amazing.
the best Marvel book I read.
Oh, I
it's
didn't read
great.
that. What?
Okay, if we want to talk about that, I can talk about that all day.
Big cap.
Did you give up on Domino, Philip?
I haven't been picking up Hotshot, but again, I mean, I'm probably making a run to the store tomorrow. Why? Is this really good?
Yeah, I didn't think I was gonna like it, but I gave it a chance, and it's still a good story. It's still fun.
Okay.
Yes.
There you go.
Also
That's all you need
that.
to know.
Ooh, was that Deadpool getting some tongue?
It was
Fantastic.
Diamondback. Who does that paper? It was Diamondback.
Let me get Captain America on the phone.
You know what? But what it really is the techno-organic virus from the celestial booger infecting everyone.
Damn techno viruses are everywhere.
Right, this is why you don't pick up a celestial's booger. Because that booger is full of techno-organic viruses.
Oh, many drugs.
I'm just saying, it's a booger. It is clearly a celestial sneeze. And all of the humans are like, we have the gift from the god. It's like, oh, dude, I sneezed, man. I'm sorry. I got that techno-organic virus that's going around.
Why do I see this as like the title of your autobiography, The Celestial Sneezed?
It is. I mean, that's what it is. If you look at the color scheme, the color schematics, and the structure of it, it is just demanding that this be a nothing burger that all the humans are nuts about because it's a celestial secretion that fell to Earth. It's not the celestials like, here's my gift to you. It's like, and not for nothing, it fits in with the idea that this original celestial was basically dying of a virus when it fell to Earth and inspired life here, And it's like, yeah, you're kind of, we are kind of we're the Coca-Cola of the universe. I know I'm pronouncing it wrong, but that's fine. You can follow that on Twitter later. Okay.
All right. Any final books anyone wants to throw out there?
No.
Oh, did you see? I just saw it tonight. I guess they announced Spider-Man Deadpool number 50 is going to be the last issue.
Yay! I mean, they'll restart it. They'll restart it. Come on, it's Deadpool and Spider-Man.
Well, maybe they'll. Yeah. I was thinking maybe they'll.
Because it was getting stale. Let's just be real.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll do like a second Deadpool book without Spider-Man or something. I don't know.
No.
Yeah, well, not for nothing.
They're going to do another Spider-Man and Deadpool.
Or team them up.
50 issues is a lot of issues.
Or do like they did before, do a Deadpool team-up book and have them team up with someone different every
well, they'll do something. Philip, I do think...
It's Deadpool. They'll do something.
Yeah. This may come as a shock to you, Philip. I think both Spider-Man and Deadpool are going to continue to have books made about them.
Oh, yeah. I'm just saying. I wonder what they're going to replace this with. You know they're going to replace it with some... Oh, would they go for the Charlie Esser vote and do a Deadpool Gwenpool team-up book?
That needs to happen, though, right?
They have met in the past, and they have met again.
Oh, yeah, in the past.
They may be leaning towards that, and she's free now.
Oh, yeah?
And it'll be
maybe that's where everything's connected, Charlie.
You know what? That's why. You know what? It might be an interesting take on things with Deadpool and Gwenpool, because, again, Deadpool is a metafictional character within metafiction, but Gwenpool is a real character who's been put into metafiction, so that their perspectives... Because whereas Deadpool talks to the audience, Gwenpool has been the audience. It is going to be an interesting philosophical, cosmological... For the Gwenpool, Deadpool... and they're going to give Gwenpool top billing. You watch. They're going to give Gwenpool top billing. And every issue, Deadpool's going to be like, why do you get top billing? And Gwenpool's going to say, because I'm the sex appeal.
Oh, but Lilith, did you see the West Coast Avengers are going to be making another appearance?
No, where?
I believe it's the tie-in issue of War of the Realms. I think it's issue 7 of Superior Spider-Man.
Oh, nice.
Again, going for Charlie Esser's dollar, Superior Spider-Man and West Coast Avengers in one book.
They apparently think I'm the only one buying comic books
Superior
anymore,
Spider-Man and Gwenpool in one book.
You might be. Charlie, you might be. You never know. The comic book world is in danger.
They're like, well, you know what, Charlie... They say, well, what would Charlie Esser like? Because we know he's buying comic books. And not for nothing, Charlie Esser's the kind of guy who buys comic books and he technically doesn't have to because he can read it through friends. But if it's a book I really like, I will start buying it, even though, in fact, it's annoying. It's all these books are so good, I guess I have to buy them. Because, yes, I could read them for free, but the fact of the matter is, this is a book I would buy if I had read it. This is why, to me, what Marvel does with the codes is actually helping their sales. Because I think it gets guys like me who maybe wouldn't read that Daredevil book to say, okay, now I got to start buying the Daredevil book because it's too good of a story to pass up.
Yeah, DC.
Yeah, DC. Really, DC. Because not for nothing, I'm not buying DC because I feel obliged to buy books that I read online through friends' accounts. So, I'm just saying. And not for nothing, spoilers, wizards are stupid. We're going to talk about this tomorrow.
Oh, the Hand. Yeah, they made the worst mistake they've ever made.
They're just stupid.
Oh, when you said wizards are stupid.
Wizards are stupid. All wizards are stupid.
Lilith,
That's why Conan kills them.
Lilith, did you read that issue?
Wizards.
The Hand made the dumbest mistake of their life at the end of the issue. Last page, the dumbest mistake.
It's really weird because I like Conan, but I'm not interested in Savage Avengers. I'm just not. I don't know why.
Well, I mean, this issue. Honestly, Conan isn't big in this. It's mostly here's Wolverine and other characters and Pavarotti stand-in.
It's basically Dr. Voodoo and guys who have massive body counts on their tab.
Oh.
Dr. Voodoo. I gotta see what happens with it. I think Dr. Voodoo is the guy that gets the blood transfusions from Logan, by the way.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Venom's not even in this issue yet. So
or Elektra, yeah.
Yeah, honestly. Electro, I guess they needed a girl on the team.
Just one, only one.
Yeah, what? Not for nothing. I guess they said, well, who do we have? What's the female characters with huge body counts? And I guess
Jean Grey was busy, I guess.
Yeah, well, to be fair, that's Phoenix, not Jean Grey.
Same difference at this point, because they keep bringing it up. Yeah. That's the only thing they care about her character.
Not for nothing.
She was under alien influence. That lets you off the hook. Just ask Hal Jordan.
Yeah, well, Peggy Carter killed a lot of people during World War II as Captain America Peggy Carter, and she doesn't just...
Yes, but it's different when it's government
sanctioned. But they probably
sanctioned.
didn't know about her.
When it's government sanctioned.
Is it though? Is it?
You know, not for nothing, most of the people Punisher killed were government sanctioned people that he killed.
No, I mean, when you kill someone under, when you're working for the government, people look the other way.
Well, yeah. I mean, fair enough, but I'm just saying.
That's what I'm saying. That's why no one's looking at Peggy Carter and saying, "Oh, hey, we need her on the team."
Yeah, well,
Elektra was working as an assassin.
But how many people has she even really killed? That's my point.
She was working for the Kingpin for a while. I'm assuming he.
She's so damn good. Nobody really knows her true body count.
Well, that's true too.
I mean, higher. She hasn't been dead for a while.
Well, that's true.
Was she?
But, you know. Well, you know, the problem is that and this, I guess, is the argument with the Punisher. The Punisher, every day he is a workaday killer. Every day he's out there killing people because it makes him happy. Because if you love your job, you never work a day in your life.
Working 9 to 5. The Deadpool montage, Deadpool 2.
I was actually thinking of the Mocklins. So.
Oh yeah, that was on the Orville too. Yes.
Yes.
Man, Dolly Parton's getting paid.
Dolly Parton is always getting paid.
I know, but just this year, but between Deadpool 2 and Orville, you know.
She gets a lot of work, okay? And she actually has her own amusement park. And not for nothing, all of those I Will Always Love You nickels that Whitney Houston put out there, those all go to freaking Dolly Parton as the songwriter. So, you know, it's... The truth is that, yeah, Dolly Parton, she's doing okay for herself.
Oh, yeah.
As she would say, you don't get doctors to do this much work for free. But no, I just, I guess what bothers me about that is I always make the comment, me and Miles always make the comment, it's like, why do you pick fights if you live in a superhero universe? And here are people that are actively picking this fight, knowing who they're picking it with.
Should we just spoil the ending? Oh, Lil's gone.
Oh, she doesn't like us anymore. Okay.
No, her Florida internet kind of pooped out.
Well, that's what happens when you have an internet powered by alligators. I'm just saying. Anyway, we can wrap it up. We can talk about it tomorrow, but yeah.
Okay. Yeah, if you want to know the spoilery details, join us for Super Connectivity.
Gotta leave them wanting something.
That's true.
I mean, we can say it, and actually, War of the Realms actually had a much more interesting story with Venom, but we'll get to that tomorrow too. I'll try and read a couple extra books.
Well, yeah, it was more interesting because he was actually in it. He wasn't in Avengers 1 yet.
Yeah, they'll get to him eventually. Hey, and Cyclops was in Champions.
Oh, was that good?
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I like the Champion.
Them meeting the adult Cyclops, yeah.
Yeah, this is Zub, good old Mr. Zub.
Mm-hmm.
I do like Zub's work. Such a fun name to say, Zub. Zub.
If I email Mark Waid for a drop, I should be like, hey, is there any chance we could talk to Jim Zub again or Al Ewing, Immortal Hulk? Oh, I would love. I think it wasn't Ewing the one who wrote that Ultimates book with Black Panther and Captain Marvel and all them. I think he wrote that too. Oh
yeah, I believe you're right.
I mean, between that and Immortal Hulk, just those
two.
Blue
Marvel Ultimates, yeah.
Oh yeah. We would have so much to talk to Al Ewing about.
Yeah, well,
Maybe I'll give it a shot.
I'm sure that's exactly what Mark Waid wants. Hey, could you get us another comic creator that we want to talk to more as well?
I've talked to Mark Waid like 2 or 3 times.
I know. Mark Waid's great. Honestly, he was very, and you can say he was mad. I don't think he was mad about Tristan. If he was really that mad about Tristan, give him my apologies. But
No. I was just joking because everyone's jumping on my back. Why did you get a drop?
Like I said, man's a professional. He's not a character. He's not a clown like me. who's trying to create drops.
But I mean, the man is busy. I mean, we talked to him on May 1st. I've been trying to set up that interview since I think end of February, maybe.
Yeah, well, there you go.
And he was nice enough. He's like, yeah, I'm not blowing you off. I really, I want to talk to you guys. It's just, it's really busy right now. And he, like every month, it's really busy right now.
Yeah, well, maybe because he writes like 14 books.
And that Avengers was, again, a weekly thing. So.
Yeah, exactly. It's... anyway, what are you going to do, Philip? You want to talk some more tomorrow, or you just want to go right into super connectivity now?
Oh, God. It's like 10:30. That's way for
I know, Philip, but you're the one that's like... Philip, I don't stop talking. If you want to stop the conversation, you have to say, and now we're stopping. And I'll say, okay.
Yes,
but
let me rest, and we'll do it tomorrow. Yes.
That sounds fine, Philip. Stand up for yourself. That's what I'm saying, Phil. Stand up. Okay.
Stand up.
Okay.
All right, everyone. Again, join us for Super Connectivity 235. We'll be talking more Marvel, talking Orville season finale, all kinds of stuff.
Yes, sir, Bobby. And Phil, how can people find you?
Oh, well, you can find me at Nightwing. Well, you can email me, nightwingpdp@gmail.com. On Twitter, I am at nightwingpdp, but you can always email the Capes and Lunatics, capesandlunatics@gmail.com. Follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/capesandlunatics, at CapesLunatics on Twitter. We're on Instagram, Capes and Lunatics. You can even call the voicemail like Ray from Into the Night, the Moon Knight podcast, which you should be listening to, did this, last week. I just got to it this week. 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And check out our ever work in progress, capesandlunatics.org. And Charlie Esser, where can people find you?
Well, if you would like to write to me in that old-fashioned email way, where Mars and Paws once did, do so at superconnectivityblog@gmail.com. That's superconnectivityblog, all one word, at gmail.com. Of course, follow me on Twitter when I'm not buying comic books on Thursday, as I live tweet Token Dagger, The Orville, May 10th, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., The Return. At Charlie Esser, that's CharlieEsser. Look for the two E's in the middle.
For quality. Bing!
Alright, before we go, I want find Lilith Hellfire at Lilith Hellfire on Twitter. She's Lilith Hellfire 86 somewhere. Where was she in Lilith Hellfire 86? Because, as she said, I believe she said 69 was taken, so, But I know you can find her at Lilith Hellfire on Twitter, so.
Yeah, go find her, kids. She's desperate for your attention.
She's a bundle of energy.
And right. Philip, what's our phone number?
I already said it. 614-382-2737.
I don't think you did.
Yes, I did. I said, just like Ray from Into the Night, the Moonlight podcast did. There you go, Ray.
So you did it, but I don't think you gave the number.
I said, just like Ray did. 614-382.
I don't know. I'm
Lent is over, Charlie Esser. The drought is over. Drink your apple juice.
Okay, let's get back to this.
All right,
they have Brandon on Heroes and Icons now.
Ooh, all right.
I
don't know how we're doing this, but for another week, we have been the Capes,
Ampersand,
the Lunatics. I could just get a recording of her saying the Lunatics. So.
You can do it, or you can do it in Maz's voice.
I was gonna. Oh yeah. Oh, get some drops. Just everyone saying every part.
I will ask him to. We should. I mean, honestly, why not? You can even get Maz singing Ampersand. I mean, we can. I don't always have to be the one singing Ampersand.
That's true.
Other people could sing Ampersand.
We should just record it doing it every way, and I could just play it every. Just play it.
Yeah.
Every week. Just mix it up every week.
Wouldn't be a bad idea, Philip. Wouldn't be a bad idea.
Yes, I have nothing on my plate. All right, everyone, join us for Super Connectivity 235. Be good.